This is Antisosurelove, signing on. As we all know, KeKe Jabbar, a cast member of Love Marriage Huntsville, passed away on July 2nd at the age of 42. A few days ago, the news of her passing was reported on various platforms, including social media and several entertainment news websites. The specific details surrounding her death was not immediately disclosed. However, recently it has been reported that a friend of hers, YouTuber Joanne Jenkins, has shed light on some of the details surrounding her passing amidst speculation from fans believing her untimely passing was due to struggles she had that were highlighted in her scenes on the show. However, Joanne Jenkins confirms that Jabbar was found unresponsive in her car in the garage of her home by her husband. Now, I have not seen or heard that the official autopsy report was released, but from the information obtained, it looks as if KeKe Jabbar passed away from carbon monoxide. Jenkins goes on to explain that KeKe had a long night and had fell asleep in her car in her garage upon arrival of making it home, and her husband was said to have found her a few hours later. KeKe Jabbar joined the TV series Love Marriage Huntsville in Season 4 of Episode 2, titled You Scots Be Lying, which aired on March 26, 2022. In this episode, tensions are high as Melody confronts Martell about past infidelities, and the Scots deal with their own issues as they navigate business ventures, personal relationships, accusations, and mistrust. In this episode, KeKe Jabbar can be seen at an event at Melody's house where she is in a conversation discussing her cousin Letitia Scott. She is later brought up and on several of the scenes throughout the remainder of the season regarding her views and opinions on her cousin Letitia and also their relationship as well with each other. And then later that season, we last see her in that season before we see her again in season 5 at the family function hosted by her aunt Miss Wanda, which is also Letitia Scott's, a lead cast member on the show, her mother. In this episode, we can see KeKe and Letitia get into a passionate debate over prior events surrounding Letitia. Unfortunately, the disagreements between the two last the remainder of KeKe's time on the show, coupled with the constant speculation of drug use. So I can see why fans would speculate drug abuse as the cause of her passing. However, I am glad that her friend came forth and provided us more details so that her fans and anyone else affected by her passing can know the truth. Now, we last see KeKe in Love and Marriage Huntsville on Season 8 in Episode 2, titled Martell All Interview. In this episode, KeKe will have 2 separate scenes where she talks to first Stormy and then Melody about things that happened prior to the season airing. And this is the last episode we see KeKe on in the show. It is reported that her involvement in the show was primarily being a supporting role, focusing on her relationship with her cousin and castmate Letitia Scott and her interactions with other cast members. The show's producers and cast dynamics often determine the frequency and nature of appearances for supporting cast members, but there are no reports that KeKe Jabbar did officially leave Love and Marriage Huntsville. However, fans noticed her last appearances on the show have been limited and sporadic. Now, if you watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, then you know that KeKe's role is very controversial or was very controversial on the show. I do feel like KeKe was like an underdog. I do feel like she was just very misunderstood, and it did kind of isolate her on the show. Even with the controversy around KeKe's role on the show, she definitely brought some memorable times and moments to the show. We cannot deny that. From a fan point of view, KeKe Jabbar will definitely be missed. Now, the local news in Huntsville, Alabama, WAFF, has announced that funeral arrangements for KeKe Jabbar have been made. They also let us know that the family will have a viewing on July 7th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Royal Funeral Home on Oakwood Avenue in Huntsville. And there will be a second viewing for the public on July 8th from 8:30 a.m. to 9 o'clock a.m., followed by funeral services that will be held that same day at 11 a.m. at the Fellowship of Faith Church on North Memorial Parkway. I want to send my condolences to KeKe Jabbar's family and friends. I'm sure KeKe will be missed by her children, her husband, and the rest of her friends, fans, and family. Remember, cherish everyone. You never know when it will be their last. This is Antisocial Love, signing off.